जब जब मैं अकेला हुआ, दिया तुमने सहारा है। जब जब मैं अकेला हुआ, दिया तुमने सहारा है। सदा अपना कह के मुझे तुमने ही पुकारा है। तुमने ही सिखाया मुझे हंसना और गाना है। तुम मिले हो जब से मुझे, मिला चैन सुहाना है। तुम मिले हो जब से मुझे, मिला चैन सुहाना है। कोई उमंग भरे मुझ में, दिल में यही रहता था। पर हर कोई मुझको यहाँ कमजोर ही कहता था। लिखा खुशियों भरा तुमने मेरा अफसाना। तुम मिले हो जब से मुझे, मिला चैन सुहाना है। तुम मिले हो जब से मुझे, मिला चैन सुहाना है। जीवन का हर पल अब संग तेरे बिताना है। तुम मिले हो जब से मुझे, मिला चैन सुहाना है।
पत्थर के टकराने से तूफान भी तोहफा बन जाता। तुमको मीत बनाने से प्रभु, तुमको मीत बनाने से। झरनों से संगीत है झरता, पत्थर के टकराने से तूफान भी तोहफा बन जाता। तुमको मीत बनाने से प्रभु, तुमको मीत बनाने से। सागर रास्ता दे देता, पर्वत भी झुक जाता है। पर्वत भी झुक जाता है, नामुमकिन मुमकिन हो जाता, वक्त भी रुक जाता है। याचना ना कामना, तुमसे कुछ ना मांगे हम, योग करें हम योग्य बने, प्रभु काम तुम्हारे आए हम। कष्ट कटे सब विघ्न मिटे, कष्ट कटे सब विघ्न मिटे, लगन की अग्न लगाने से तूफान भी तोहफा बन जाता, तुमको मीत बनाने से, प्रभु को मीत बनाने से। सुख के दिन या दुख की रातें, मन की नैया ना डोले, दुख की रातें मन की नैया ना डोले, जीत हार हो फूल खार हो, जितना खाए हिचकोले, सदा समर्थ सहारा तुम, सदा समर्थ सहारा तुम, देते हाथ थमाने से तूफान भी तोहफा बन जाता, तुमको मीत बनाने से, प्रभु को मीत बनाने से। झरनों से संगीत है झरता, पत्थर के टकराने से तूफान भी तोहफा बन जाता, तुमको मीत बनाने से, प्रभु तुमको मीत बनाने से। हाँ प्रभु को मीत बनाने से, हो तुमको मीत बनाने से। करते आते जैसे हाजिर हुजूर थे, हम भी पे बरस रही बाबा तेरी रहमत, सूरज चांद तारे हो गए हमारे बाबा, हमारे बाबा, हमारे बाबा, हमारे बाबा, हमारे। तुम ही तो सच्चे साथी, तुम ही हो सहारे, हम भी रहेंगे हरदम हरदम तुम्हारे बाबा, हमारे बाबा, हमारे बाबा, हमारे बाबा, हमारे बाबा, हमारे बाबा, हमारे।
तुम बिन ओ मेरे बाबा अब दिल कहीं ना लगता।
तुम बिन ओ मेरे बाबा अब दिल कहीं ना लगता।
तन है भले यहाँ पर, तन है भले यहाँ पर, मन तो वतन में रहता।
तुम बिन ओ मेरे बाबा अब दिल कहीं ना लगता।
तुम बिन ओ मेरे बाबा अब दिल कहीं ना लगता। जलते हैं अंधेरों में आँखों के दो दिए, आँखों के दो दिए। जलते हैं अंधेरों में आँखों के दो दिए, आँखों के दो दिए। ठहरे हैं हम जहाँ में बाबा तेरे लिए, बाबा तेरे लिए। यादों का आशियाना इसमें तू ही तो बसता।
तुम बिन ओ मेरे बाबा अब दिल कहीं ना लगता।
लगता।
तन है भले यहाँ पर, तन है भले यहाँ पर, मन तो वतन में रहता।
तुम बिन ओ मेरे बाबा अब दिल कहीं न लगता।
तुम बिन ओ मेरे बाबा अब दिल कहीं ना लगता।
तुम बिन ओ मेरे बाबा अब दिल कहीं न लगता। सदा महफूज हुए हैं दाता तेरी याद में। बिन मांगे सब कुछ है पाया, क्या मांगू फरियाद में। हम तो सदा महफूज हुए हैं दाता तेरी याद में। बिन मांगे सब कुछ है पाया, क्या मांगू फरियाद में। तू ही समझता दिल को हमारे, करता मेरी हिफाजत है। तुझ पर ही तो हक है सारे, तू ही मेरी ताकत है। तू ही समझता दिल को हमारे, करता मेरी हिफाजत है। तुझ पर ही तो हक है सारे, तू ही मेरी ताकत है। तू ही सबसे पहले दिल में, बाकी सब है बाद में। हम तो सदा महफूज हुए हैं भगवन तेरी याद में। तू ही सबसे पहले दिल में, बाकी सब है बाद में। हम तो सदा महफूज हुए हैं भगवन तेरी याद में। दिल जो गाता तू वो गजल है, तू ही भरता मुझ में बल है। तुझसे मुकम्मल मेरी सांसें, तू ही जीवन सबका तराशे। दिल जो गाता तू वो गजल है, तू ही भरता मुझ में बल है। तुझसे मुकम्मल मेरी सांसें, तू ही जीवन सबका तराशे। तुमने दी है हर एक खूबी मुझको आशीर्वाद में। हम तो सदा महफूज हुए हैं आशीर्वाद में हम तो सदा महफूज हुए हैं साहिब तेरी याद में।
Shanti, Sister Moira.
Om Shanti, Sahil Bhai, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
I can hear you. Yes, that's good.
good.
And a very, very happy New Year from the Brahmin family in Amritsar and India.
Thank you.
You're the first Brahmin senior that we are meeting, and I'm sure the Amritsar family is the first group that you're meeting also. Yeah? All right. You've put yourself on mute again. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
now it's
give me
fine.
1 second. I have a double connection
Yes.
so that because here we have power cuts, so then if anything happens, the other one will be connected. Yesterday, I had a session with a Polish family. They were in
Okay.
their national retreat, so this is my pleasure to be with you on the second day.
Yes, yes. And we've had a wonderful time meeting you the last time. And what a beautiful experience it was that you shared with us. And आप सबके लिए बताएं कि पिछली बार जब दीदी हमसे मिले, so when she met us the last time, उसके बाद हमने इनके साथ दोबारा फिक्स किया था to meet her again. But she fell down. ये एक retreat conduct कर रहे थे. And she was conducting the retreat. Where were you conducting that retreat, sister?
In Buenos Aires at our retreat center.
At the retreat center. And ये गिर गए and बहुत severe shoulder injury इनकी हो गई. And because of which she was on bed rest for a month, right?
Yes.
And but now that's fully recovered. But
Yes,
also when
it
she
can say
speaks,
hello, my hand.
yeah. And when she speaks, you speak with a lot of energy with your arms and all and everything. So the whole body was required for the talk. But more so, I think we were destined to listen from your experiences, because I'm sure this 1 month bed rest was another lockdown within the lockdowns,
Yes,
and you have
definitely.
a lot more experiences to share with us. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
So the topic for today is being unlimited, but I'm going to read out the biodata because there may be more people who've joined in. And there's a Hindi channel on which translation is going on simultaneously.
Good.
Right? So, but I'll read your biodata in Hindi and see if you can make out your biodata from the Hindi language. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Moira Bhen, Moira Lo hai naam inka. Is it pronounced as Lo or Lao?
Low, low.
Lo. So, Moira Lo. And ये इनका एजुकेशन एंड ब्रिंगिंग अप अर्जेंटीना की है, और ये एक सर्जिकल नर्स है. यू आर स्टिल अ सर्जिकल नर्स, राइट?
I used to be.
You
No, I
used to.
don't practice anymore.
Okay, she was a surgical nurse. And इन्होंने पढ़ाई की है म्यूजियम एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की, बिकॉज इनको आर्ट का बहुत पैशन था. 24 साल की उम्र में ये एक 2 साल की जर्नी में निकली, सर्चिंग फॉर द ट्रू मीनिंग ऑफ लाइफ, ट्रू मीनिंग ऑफ लव एंड अ हायर पर्पस ऑफ लाइफ. और उसी के दौरान ये कैसे भारत पहुंची, भारत में माउंट आबू पहुंची, माउंट आबू पहुंच के ब्रह्म कुमारी से मिली. ये लास्ट टाइम इन्होंने हमें सारा बहुत सुंदर एक्सपीरियंस सुनाया था. उसके बाद से since then her personal practice experience and she has had a deep desire to help others. led her to the cooperation with the establishment of Raj Yoga meditation centers इन्होंने establish किए काफी countries में South America में. तो अभी ये डायरेक्टर हैं ब्रह्म कुमारी सेंटर अर्जेंटीना के और ये ट्रैवल करती हैं वर्ल्ड ओवर बहुत सारे देशों में सेमिनार्स कंडक्ट करने के लिए बहुत सारे सब्जेक्ट्स पे एंड स्पिरिचुअल डेवलपमेंट के लिए सो दैट लोगों में और ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में चेंज आ सके एंड बहुत सारी गवर्नमेंट बिजनेस और हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस को इन्होंने एड्रेस किया है. मोयरा बहन का बहुत पैशन है एक्सप्लोर करने का स्पिरिचुअल नेचर अपनी और कनेक्ट करना दूसरों की सेवा करना और उनको कनेक्ट करवाना परमात्मा से. सो मोयरा बहन वैसे जैसे आपने पिछली बार भी अनुभव किया बहुत ही चेयरफुल हैं, बहुत एक्टिवली बड़े ह्यूमरसली अपनी ये टॉक कंडक्ट करती हैं एंड शी हैज अ डीप कन्विक्शन दैट लाइफ इज वंडरफुल गेम दैट वी प्ले. Love for truth, love for the human family, and love for God is her driving force. So we are looking forward to hearing from you, Moira Ben. And the topic today is being unlimited. अगर सेंटर से बहनें हैं कुछ वेव करना चाहें तो उनको स्क्रीन पे ले आए. आश्रम से दीदी वगैरह एवरीबडी कैन वेव टू हर बट अदरवाइज दीदी को स्क्रीन पे लाना चाहें तो उनको ले आए एक बारी कोमल बहन. Yeah. So over to you, Moira Ben.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think the sisters will say hello to you a little towards the later and towards the end as well.
Until what time do we have, Sahil?
So we have till 7:30.
And it's 20
Yeah,
to
7:30. You could even extend by another 10 minutes. It doesn't matter, but
Okay.
please conduct meditation as well.
At the end, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Thank you very much, and Happy New Year to all Baba's lovely children in Amritsar. And first of all, I would like to tell you that the passing of the beloved brother who has cared for you and Amir Chand. I didn't know him too much personally, but I used to meet him in Madhuban. He used to attend some meetings of the double foreigners. We had special meetings. So I always felt he was a very royal soul, very, very gentle, very loving. And although I didn't speak too much, this is the feeling that I took from him. And I know from the seniors what a very senior, committed, surrendered, powerful instrument he was for your zone. So my feelings towards you all. And so this year, I think 2020 was an amazing gift for all of us. And it provided the opportunity to be together, we were surprised with the fact that we have everything available, everything we need, everything we want in our Brahmin life, whether it's we want to hear a senior, we want to be in silence, we want some time for the self, we want company, we want workshops, we want that everything is available, everything is available and possible and so easy. We are a click away from everything we want. So, but I feel that 2021 is going to be a quantum leap for all of us, but it requires a lot of courage. And one thing that Sister Mohini yesterday offered Bhog to Baba, and he said two things that we have to keep in mind. One is, he said, your face should always be cheerful and you always smiling as an ignited lamp. So, such as was Brahma Baba, no? Even though sometimes he looked serious, but in his eyes there was this smile, something that invited. And the other thing that Baba said last night, he said, don't wait for anyone. Like each one, do your maximum at your own pace. And Sister Mohini was telling us that after Murli, Baba would go for a walk, and others would also go for a walk, and many joined him. And he was tall and strong and walked fast. And he never turned back. He never looked around who's where. He just walked. And some felt that he was walking too fast. Some felt he was a little bit, that they would catch up on the way, on his way back. Others didn't even join him. So this is a very interesting guidance that Baba has given us, because we have to take responsibility for the individual that I am and the freedom that I have to be what I want to be. And Baba said that this morning in the Murli. He said, you can become whatever you want. And so he said, you have to put the crown on yourself. I'm not going to crown you. You crown yourself on the basis of your study. So he's really giving us full freedom to take the responsibility that entitles to be someone who has choice and will create my own destiny. So on one hand, I am alone, not alone, but with Baba, but alone in my decisions in terms of Baba won't choose for me. He will teach me how to choose, but he won't make the choice for me. Otherwise, we would all be number one. So we have to make the choice. And on the other hand, we are all together. It's as if we're holding hands because we're all moving forward. And I think that a very interesting aspect of the unlimited service that we need to do this year, on one hand, we know that technology will take our message literally into every corner of the world, and people can visit. I was sitting in Madhuban just now during your meditation. It takes us into Baba's room, and people can come into your class, and we can travel to different places so easily. So technology will do its part, but there's something that will be a revealing key. And Baba has said that in the world, people are very learned. Many, many people are very educated. They have much of the knowledge that we have. They have, they know about the soul, they know about karma, they know about so many things. So many people say, it's the same. It isn't. Of course, we know it isn't. And of course, we know how to connect with Baba, and we know about three worlds. And Baba has made us aware of the three aspects of time. So we have knowledge that the world needs to hear. But Baba said, although they are very versatile, good speakers, and if you go into these networks like TED, I don't know if you're familiar, but TED is an organization that has the best thinkers of the world, and they're all sharing their ideas in 20 minutes, very, very clever speakers, very innovative in their perspectives, interesting people. And yet Baba's children have to do their part of revelation. And he said, what will reveal you in front of the world is unity. Because no matter where people are, no matter what information they have, when they come together, they are unable to be united. And so we, the Brahmin family, have to become united. So this is angel season now. I think that we have to take this unlimited responsibility of my self-transformation to such an extent, to such, like Sister Mohini tells us always, if you are really serious about your aim, she keeps reminding us that, if you're really serious about your aim, because sometimes we, as Brahmins, on the journey, we become a little bit on automatic pilot. And this is when we do things because we have always done them. We listen to Murli, but we don't take too much from it, or we sit in Amrit Vela because it is the time, but we don't exactly have good experiences. And so we could be living in our mind out of old experiences. This makes us very bored. This is then a gateway to Maya, to carelessness or to laziness. And so I think that now, if I tell myself, if I am serious about my aim, then a lot needs to change, a lot. And I have to take the responsibility that Baba is giving us. He's saying, you have to be angels in front of the world. This is our unlimited form. And angels leave behind all the little things that were catching it back. And so one aspect of that made Brahma Baba free was that he surrendered everything to Baba, everything. There was nothing that he could say is mine. So he made himself free from this I and my that really is the body conscious vision that separates us, and it brings, it makes us feel not only divided, but it also makes us feel alone. Because if there's any trace of possessiveness in whatever we do, because I think it's my idea, or because I think this is my place, or this is my role, and all these things, we put this little tag of mine, then we won't receive the help that is required, because people want to help God. They don't want to help just an individual. We all followed Brahma Baba because Brahma Baba was so selfless, because he was pointing to Baba. So he showed us the way to Baba, and he was not in the way of us following him towards God. So if we want to do something unlimited, we need a lot of help. We need to be all together, all together. Imagine how much service has been done in all these decades, and how many people of the world have we reached. So now we need everybody's finger of cooperation. We need, and maybe it's not that people can come to our centers right now and help us with the cleaning and help us with the cooking and spending time in Baba's office, or a lot can be done online, of course, and is happening. But maybe some people, some brothers and sisters are at home and they don't have like a task or a job in the yagya right now. But Baba wants our mind. This morning he was saying, children become man mana bhav. Because if he has our full attention, not only will my life transform, but then this is the cooperation that we can all give with no exception. So it doesn't matter anymore about roles. And I'm seeing something very beautiful. Right now, because the world is driven by technology, youth have to come forward. All the young ones need to come forth. And they seem to be in the backstage, putting things together, creating the connections, let's say, but they also need to be heard. And I think that young ones will reveal Baba to a great extent. This was also in Baba's message last night. He said he was especially blessing the youth because of the courage that they have and the, you know, the innovative spirit of taking us to do things we haven't yet done. And if we want to stick to our old ways, and this is what I have always done, and this is how it has always been, then we become so limited, so small. And it's these young ones who have these amazing ideas of how things can be different. So, are we ready to give them that space? And so, although seniors will always be seniors, elder people will always be elder people, and respected and loved for what they are, there needs to be this this generosity in everyone to put the young ones first, put them in front. And this was also Brahma Baba's angelic example, how he was the number one. I mean, he would, in the world, the number one is always in front. But Brahma Baba prepared souls that could be in front of the world, and he made them value their specialities. These lovely stories that we hear from the daddies, that Baba used to send them without tickets because there was no money. He used to send them to places they didn't know, and yet they had that courage and that faith, and they were so young, and they had learned that secret that they just had to remember, and they had to be very obedient. So these are the qualities of angels. They are obedient to the master. And so Brahma Baba told them, you just remember Baba and see what happens. And they imagine at that time, the beginning of the yagya, when mothers were not, I mean, women in India today are much more emancipated. They study, they work, they take positions in companies, in the government, in media. But in those days, the daddy's going out saying, but Baba, we're only women. And he would say, but you are Shiv Shaktis, not just women. And so this made them unlimited. So they were not only heard wherever they went, but they were valued, and people then didn't want to let them return. You know that story when Daddy Gulzar goes to Lucknow, when she takes that, she gets the mayor to give them the bungalow, and then they 6 months later, when they want to leave, they say, please don't go. So not only did they hear them, but they valued them, and then they treasured what they had, their presence. So these angels had learned something we need to learn. And I think that now, in order to create, and as I'm telling you this, what comes to my mind is the unity that we saw in the daddies. Like, we all have, or many of us, I hope, maybe some of you didn't meet Daddy Ji, but when we used to see Daddy Janki and Daddy Ji on the stage in Madhuban, and they would just hug in this sweetness and love, and it would melt our hearts. It's as if they were just hugging each other, but we could feel that they were hugging us. And it really brought us together, and it held us together. I mean, that unity amongst the daddies is the foundation of the power that holds Madhuban together. So, and it revealed Baba to us. So now it is our turn. We are in the branches of the tree. Although Baba is the seed of the world tree, and the confluence are the roots. So we're all on the roots, connected to the seed. But yet within the Brahmin tree, the daddies are the roots. And India is the trunk. And then the branches are the regions. And the little further branches are the countries. And there you have the centers and all the places. So there's this Brahmin tree. So once Daddy Janki told us, you will never do the kind of efforts that we had to do, because we are the roots. And they had the resistance, the cultural resistance, the religious resistance, the social resistance to something new that was being born. And so they were kind of like the roots. There's no space for the roots when you plant a seed. There's no space. It's just earth. The roots have to break through in the earth. And this is what the daddies did. But they had that strength to face whatever they had to face, because they were together. They were united. They knew that they were just one. And now we are now going to serve the whole tree. And we are the branches of this tree. We are in America, in Asia, in Africa, in Australia, in Europe, in the Middle East, in India. No? So we are now the expanded Brahmin tree. We are all over. And people see that when we come together, it seems like they are all the same. When they take drishti from us, it doesn't matter if you're a Chinese, if you're an African, or if you're a South American. It's this pure vision that breaks right through. So people see that commonality in us wherever they see us together. But now we need to create such unity that people can feel it, even if they don't see us, because they might not see us, but they should feel that there is something so solid, so stable, and so deep that they can believe in, that they can trust, and they can rely on. And so I think that sometimes when we think of our angelic form, we think of, traveling out there with our mind and serving and with vibrations and all, of course, all that is what Baba teaches us. We have to send pure thoughts and good wishes. But I think that now we need to do that in the yagya. We need to do that at home. We need to do that with the souls we live with. And as you were saying, Sahil, my fall this year, because this pandemia, I don't think the pandemia affected so many Brahmins. Some, not so many, but some, yes. And our dear Amit Bhai. But it was more the lockdown. Lockdown provided us of a cocoon. A cocoon where if you know this process of metamorphosis, no? There's this worm that is going to become a butterfly, but it's a big fat worm that is only just eating and ugly and heavy and just crawling on the twigs, and suddenly it goes into a cocoon. And the cocoon is completely private. No one can look inside the cocoon when a butterfly is becoming. And what happens in there is that the worm has to dissolve. It becomes a liquid, complete liquid. And in the DNA of that liquid are the wings of a butterfly. And so this beautiful creature is being created silently, privately, in a place where nobody can see, but it's happening. And suddenly, when it's ready, then it has to do an effort to break that, I can't think of the word in English, but like the crust of the cocoon. It has to break through. If someone walking past says, I would like to kindly help this butterfly, let me pull that off so that she can fly. If someone did that, they would release her wings, but she would never fly. She would never fly. The butterfly needs to break through that crust and that effort empowers her wings. And when that is broken, then, I don't know if you've ever seen that. I was in the Caribbean and I went to a butterfly farm. So I saw all these little cocoons hanging, and some of them were already ready. So the butterfly, because it's wet, it hangs for a few hours until it becomes dry. And then it is ready to fly. And when the butterfly flies, what happens to the people that see it? They are amazed. You know, I was walking in this butterfly farm, and there were big butterflies, bright blue, bright orange, bright yellow, all colors. And I was like, you know, like a baby, amazed, just walking like this, looking. Wow, wow, wow. You know, butterflies. So what will angels do when they get out of the cocoon? But I think that right now, within our yagya, we are in the cocoon in which we are still not ready. Because unless we are completely united, and that requires me to transform, unless that happens, that unity would not happen. So still, Baba, with a lot of humor in some murli says, the curtains are still not open. Like you're still hiding behind the curtains, getting ready. And Baba says, don't let the curtain open and you're still putting your costumes on, no? And this is what could happen right now. People are now people that we have always wanted to serve. They are ready. They are ready, and they want to hear pure Gyan, because especially in this 2020, they have heard so much, and they don't want to hear too much anymore. They just want to be with people that have something significant to say that will take them into an experience. So, and we are those people. But I really appreciate, you know, I mentioned to you last time, I don't know if you're familiar with this Avyakti Parivar site that you can go in, and Sister Mohini is giving classes every day. And she keeps telling us, every day she tells us, prepare, prepare. Baba is preparing us. And this word preparing us is like, gives us the feeling that we're in a classroom. We're still, or a little laboratory. We're in the cocoon where we can practice, experiment to transform, to become that angel that Baba finally will show the world. Because Baba says it will take very little time to reveal finally when we are ready. When we are ready, people will just know like this. They will know. They won't even analyze what we say. Is it true or not true? This 5,000 years, this Brahma, Baba, who is he? They will just know. And you know, to my heart's content, I'm so happy to be talking to people about Brahma Baba, and they all accept. It's as if this is Baba's time, you know. This is because it's revelation time, and he is, of course, God's instrument. And he has been incognito all this time. But there will come a time that humanity will know. Humanity will know that Baba has come, and that Brahma Baba was his instrument, and that the creation of a new world is happening. And so, but are we ready? So, are we ready? So I think that now is a time, especially this January, a time in which we can spend enough time in silence that can allow us to see how much I need to change. And when I fell, I broke this arm. And because the fracture was not displaced, I was told that if I stay very still, it will seal without going through surgery. So that was a stop within the stop. As you said, a quarantine within the quarantine, a private quarantine. And so I was in my room. I hired an orthopedic bed, made myself comfortable so that I was able to also relax my back, you know, sitting up for meals and all that, but remaining very still. And I was very quiet. And when we settle karmic accounts, because a karmic account is the consequence of something, or it's the fruit of a seed that I planted in the garden of my life. So if I see the fruit, I should recognize the seed, right? So for me, it became clear that this karmic account that I was settling, in terms of physical pain, it represented a little pain at the beginning, but then I'm not someone to drink medicine practically at all. I don't even drink if I have a headache. So I just took a couple of painkillers at the beginning. But in terms of pain, it didn't represent much. In terms of having to be, you know, still, that was for 2 weeks I was in bed, because I have a doctor who's a healer, and he goes completely against the traditional medicine. So where a doctor would put ice, he puts heat. And because the kind of plaster that I was using, it was not plaster actually, it was neoprene, like a jacket. I don't know what to call it in English, but that made my arm completely still. But he was able to open it, and all the way through my process, he was doing a very special massage. And so the rehab is very, very fast and very, very, not painful at all. No kinesiology, no exercise required. It's just completely natural, but it's a very nice approach. So I had to be still, but I had, like when we settle a karmic account, we have something to pay, but then we also have something that is always a gift with it. And at the center, the sisters took so much care of me with so much love. So that was a credit. That was at the same time. But it gave me the chance to think, how do I live with them? Seeing we are 5 at our center. We are 2 brothers and 3 sisters. And so I started observing, how is my interaction with them? How peaceful am I? How respectful am I? How loving am I? How generous am I of my time, whatever. We can be generous in so many ways. And for me, it became very clear how much I needed to change. And I appreciate so much that time with them there to realize that unless I transformed, I could not come closer to Baba. And so it brought such deep realization that I could become more respectful, that I should be truly loving, that I should be very selfless. And I had a big picture, and one thing I discovered, I'm confessing to you all my my experiences. I had a big picture of Brahma Baba in front of my bed. So he was looking at me all the time. And I really felt that when you do deep introspection, when you become very honest with yourself, and you don't hide from the things we have been, tucking away in little corners of the soul, Baba is right there to help us. And I had the feeling one day that he was so present. At one point I said, Baba, don't look at me so much. Like, Baba, leave me alone, you know, this kind of thing. And it was so funny because it was 2 days. I realized that when we have physical pain, in a way it allows emotional pain to be released. So I became very sad. For 2 days, I was sad. I felt I didn't want to speak. I was so kind of down, like a low battery. And this is where Baba was looking at me so much. And I felt like intimidated by his presence, you know. And I kind of wanted to, you know, when you're not well, you kind of say, leave me alone. But Baba doesn't leave you alone ever. And so it was like very revealing of the need to transform. And I came to the conclusion that this karmic account, it was not a big thing, after all, it was not a big thing. It was all about not looking at others, not being critical, not being judgmental. And I realized that these deep sanskars, which in our Brahmin family are very, very, I call it like a cancer. It's like a sickness, you know, when we see people's defects or speak about people's defects. And it's very strong because sometimes, you know, we start with a little, our conversations, we start with gyan and then we talk about service and somehow we divert into weaknesses. And I realized how that takes us away from Baba. And when we feel lonely, it is about becoming distant from Baba because I'm not clean. I'm not clean enough. And it was very interesting how this time is about that process. And I think this month of January is really, really to whatever we need to transform, to do that homework, do the homework. And we are together. And January will provide us with bhatis and silence, and you know, we have the privacy of the cocoon of our mind and our centers and the divine family, the different layers of the cocoon in which still the world cannot see what we're doing. They cannot see, they should not see, it's private, it's between Baba and his children and the children and the children, because we know what Brahmins go through. And I have heard from many Brahmins this 2020 that they have gone through a lot of distress, disheartenment, because suddenly, because you're isolated, you can become careless and do a little bit less of this. Maybe you don't offer to Baba every day, or you decide not to do Amrit Vela, or you do Amrit Vela a little bit later. So these little carelessness, and it becomes, you know, it starts eroding the stage and the intellect. So then the intellect doesn't see the difference. So when we feel that we're losing our spirituality, this becomes very disheartening. And so we know Baba is there, but we may not be with Baba. So we know all the treasure is there, but we may not be receiving it. No? So we have to, I think that this is such beautiful, beautiful time to really determine and create an aim that we can stick to and prepare very honestly. Baba, if we are honest, Baba is going to give us blessings, and that pushes us even further. And we can feel in the month of January is a month of blessings. It's a month of easy efforts. Baba is there, and the whole family, we're all together. So I don't know if you are, it has a Hindi version. Are you following the program, The Legacy of Love? Yes? No? The Legacy of Love is a beautiful program that Sister Jayanti from the UK and Sudesh Didi, they have created this. It's every day at 9:30. So it would be your 6 p.m. Your 6 p.m. It lasts for 20 minutes, and they feature the daddies. So it's a little program to bring the daddies alive and do yoga with the daddies. So today was Daddy Gulzar. Yesterday, it started yesterday. It's only for 2 months. And they're making alive our ancestor souls. And this is also a very unlimited aspect of our Brahmin world, that the ancestor souls, they are there and they are helping us. But we need to become aware of them to be able to receive their help. Because if we don't acknowledge them, then it's like they don't exist. But it's like, Daddy Janki left the corporeal, but she didn't leave. She didn't leave really. She's already incarnated, but her subtle form is with Bap Dada and is serving. And Baba, through the ancestor souls, they are now at the end. This is not only the end of the year, but the end of the cycle. So at this time, the ancestor souls are more and more active. And Sister Mohini is, she offers Bhog twice a week, Thursday and Sunday, and brings messages from Baba. And so there is the presence of the ancestor souls when she goes to the subtle region. Baba invokes this one, invokes that one, and she keeps feeling that they are there, available to us, giving us power, giving us so much courage. No? So if we think of Mama, if we think of Dadiji, if we bring the legacy of their example, then their help, it's like we channel the energy, and that is extra help. I mean, if we imagine we tell the world, we have ancestors who were the founders of our organization. They have been and gone, and they have incarnated, but they're still helping us. They would say, this must be crazy. But people don't know about the subtle region, the world of angels. So when Baba invokes them, of course, we all know that they come in the Brahmin form. So if we think of them, their energy, because they're playing a very incognito part, which is unlimited. So I think that if we dare to play, am I still connected? Sorry? Okay. If we dare to play, Sahil, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. If we dare
Yes,
to
we can
play,
hear you. There's something on the screen, but yes.
Yeah, that's okay. If we dare to play a bigger game, in which we feel that we are together as a Brahmin family, and we can only feel that and appreciate that when there is the purity required to build unity. Unity comes from purity. So if we want, we could say we need to be more united at our center, then I should be thinking, well, what is my contribution in terms of purity? So something I could ask myself is, what is it that I need to heal now? So we can think about that. And so then if I take responsibility for healing whatever I'm feeling hurt by, or I feel that, I'm something that separates me from someone, it's normally we would project. But if I take responsibility, then Baba can help me. And that the purity of that sincere effort to take responsibility, to heal, that is my gift to unity. Because one thing that's for sure is I will stop blaming and complaining. So then that already is, And so then I can also ask myself, how content am I? And Baba, it seems to be like going to be like a year of contentment, no? Because he really wants us to be, people want to see happy people. So we need, but contentment comes as it's a consequence of the fulfillment that comes through sincere efforts. And when we feel that we have true attainments, that we have overcome things, that we have emerged our original qualities, that we're able to experience Baba, that we're able to live together in harmony. This, when Baba says, don't be like salt water, Baba, and then he says, you have to be like milk and sugar. It's the story of this king, the Zoroastrian, that was sailing back to India, and he wants to land with all his people. He's coming from Pakistan, and he wants to migrate into India, and the little kingdom he was wanting to enter, the king sends a glass of milk full back into the ships. They were all on the ships. So the king sends the glass full of milk as a message, and the Zoroastrian puts sugar into the milk. And so he says, we can live together as milk and sugar in the same pot. It won't take more land. It will be the same one, but we will live in harmony. And Baba uses that example in the Murlis. And so what does it take for us to be together? And right now, shutdown doesn't allow us to be together. We can't. But so this is again a cocoon. Privately, I need to transform. I need to commit to become, how much am I following Srimad? To what extent? And to such subtle Srimad, no? And I may have become careless. But if I'm sincere in, pulling my strings back to making myself tight, then Baba will help me. And this purity, even though nobody sees you because you're at home, then this purity is creating that fortress, that unity. Because Baba says, if even one brick is missing in the fortress, then the water will come in. So we need to be so solid, no? So solid. And this unity makes us unlimited. Because this is what will make us visible to the world. People are coming together in many ways, many organizations, such, you hear people and what they say is really stunning, but how they live, and there's surely some difference, and we have to prove that. Like the example we have of Mama and Baba, no? Together, they were so united, so respectful, so different, yet they were able to live in such, and that unity, Mama and Baba, was the foundation that created the unity of the daddies. And then the daddies created the bigger yagya, they expanded the yagya. So now we need to hold the yagya together. It is our responsibility to protect the flame. And the flame is of true spirituality. So that if people see the BKs, they feel these are spiritual people. They're not just people, who live a little bit like this and a little bit not. Baba wants us to be real. And it's only when we are real that we're ready. No? And then Baba will draw the curtain and will show us. And I feel, what's coming back to my mind is that this time of putting the young ones in front this morning I had a very beautiful memory. I was thinking, now many Brahmins who were paka, who were in positions, they've become old. And if not old, some have become sick. So we need to give space to the new generation. But we need to make it so easy for them. So easy for them. Like, not because I think in Brahma Kumari's positions and verticality became too much in the past decades, very role conscious, a lot of bossiness and authority. And I think this needs to dissolve. And although we have authority, but the authority of purity and the authority of experience, and this is what the young ones need. They need to be empowered. So we need to give them a chance. We are very, I think I shared with you last time, we have Latin America is a big portion of the Americas. In fact, North America is only 3 countries, and Latin America is 17 countries. And so, but we all speak the same language, and they're all Catholics. So there's a lot of cultural similarity, which brings these countries together very easily in a kind of brotherhood spirit. And it's rich in the sense of nature, but the countries are fairly poor. So they are united in many things. But the Brahmin family is so beautiful. And we have come together. One thing that I think we embody is simplicity. You know, we make things simple. And Latinos are family people and very cheerful. So we have this 2020 made those 17 countries one. And so we are regionalizing. The countries are there, of course, and the people are doing locally in the capital cities, in the cities, wherever we have centers. But our management is regional. So we have created teams that are from different centers, different countries in one team. So for example, we have mothers group, and they may be from 6 countries. So whatever they do will go automatically into 6 countries. And they bring their ideas, and then they share them for the whole region. So we have like a mother's retreat, and we have Kumari's retreat, but it's for 17 countries, you see? So in this way, we become very unlimited, because we can also help countries that are very small, very poor, with little resources, not many Baba's children there. So we become their family. So they're not alone, and they're always online, they're always enjoying different programs. We celebrate things together. And so it's become so amazing. So we are creating a map of specialities, you know? And I just want to finish with one little story. Many years ago, in the Yagya in Mexico, they organized a beautiful event for scientists. This was called Science and Consciousness. And I was living those days in Chile. And I was coming with a guest, a very, very prominent scientist, to this event in Mexico. And when we arrived, we were having lunch. This Chilean man called Humberto Maturana, very, very famous in the world of science. And there was another man at the table. And that man, this guest from Chile, said to this man, he was sitting in front of me, the other one was here and his wife was here. He said, when you went to the moon, and when this one said that, I kind of jumped on my chair and I said, you went to the moon? And he must have thought, I went and came back, but this lady is living there. And so, because he was the main speaker of this event, he was the captain of Apollo 14, the last mission to the moon. Mr. Edgar Mitchell. And so I was so surprised that I was in front of an astronaut, you know. And so I said to him, what was your experience of silence? And he said, the blue planet is just one whole. Everything else is in our minds. You know, the planet is just one. Everything else is in our minds. So, angel time is no divisions. No divisions of any type. Country-wise, you know, East and West, Bharat, Wasis or foreigners, all these categories must dilute in our consciousness. We are just beings of light. You know, there is Brother Ken always gives this example that I like. I don't know if I shared with you last time, but there is a big, big bird, the king of all birds. It is called the condor. Condor. It is huge, huge. It's like an airplane when it flies. And it is the national bird of Peru, of Bolivia, and Chile. And the condor, you know, we have the Andes, like you have the Himalayas. This Andes is the mountain range here. So the condor flies and it never knows if it is in Bolivia, Chile, or Peru. He flies in the Andes. He's free. So angels don't need to know if they are in Bharat, in America, or in the Middle East. We now need to fly. So this is angel time. So Om Shanti, and if you like, you can do a little meditation, as you had said, Sahil, unless you want to say something.
Well, please conduct a meditation for about, we're there till 7:30, and then I think there'll be a thanks for you after that.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So will you be playing music or is it in silence?
We can try to play, sometimes there's a disturbance, but yes, we'll try to
Yes.
play the music as well.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
a
Sometimes
disturbance.
it distorts.
If
Yeah.
it
It's
distorts, then we'll switch it off.
better without. Okay. Better without.
We'll try it, but we'll switch it off if it distorts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then let us take ourselves to that elevated awareness of being the angel that Baba sees in me. That very pure, bright soul that I am. That being of light. I see myself as Baba sees me. I see myself beyond all limitations. As a Brahmin, I live in a place, but as an angel, I serve the world. I look into my heart and I have pure feelings for all my human family, no matter where they are. All Baba's children are my family. Now I bring into my awareness those near and dear ones, my family, my Lokik family, Baba's children at my center, and I see myself as an angel. And I look into my heart What are my feelings for them? Is there anything I want to let go? Anything I need to transform? Do I need to respect them more? Love them more? And with these thoughts and feelings, I will go to Brahma Baba, to Bhag Dada in the subtle region. And I will come in my costume of light, and in front of Bhag Dada, I take his drishti, Baba's pure vision washes away any negative feelings. Baba's pure drishti shows me my greatness, fills me with self-respect. Baba, I want to be an angel like you, unlimited, completely free. I am determined to leave the past, to forgive, to forget. And in your company, I will overcome all limits. And I allow Baba to embrace me with love and drishti. Child, I accept you, however you are. You belong to me. You are mine. Taking a deep breath, the feeling of belonging and Baba's love, I move on to the home. I become incorporeal, just a being of light. And I come back home. I come back to my source of pure love. I am light. I am eternal. I have no gender. I have no roles. Just pure light with Baba. In the home of souls. Peaceful and silent, And I dive deep into the ocean of peace, of God's light. And with this deep feeling of Baba's unconditional love, of Baba's rays of peace, I turn to the world as a beautiful, powerful angel. And as I come back to the subtle world, together with Bhakta, I radiate your love to all the human family, to souls who are in despair, souls who are calling in disheartenment, need God's protection. Baba's love through me as an instrument reaches out into the world. Baba's peace through me reaches out. An angel is incognito. An angel's language is silence and a pure vision. An angel is loyal to God, to the Father. To those in my Locket family, to those in our centers, to our lovely divine family. We also share good wishes and pure feelings to bring us all together as one. Allow this vibration to spread all around your body, bringing the vital energy of love, of peace to your body. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Sahil, I can't hear him if he's speaking.
डॉक्टर साहब वी कांट हियर यू डॉक्टर साहब आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Om Shanti.
Oh, Shanti, brother.
I'm Dr. Popley. I have been given the privilege to thank you for your wonderful talk on the subject being unlimited. First of all, I would like to know how is the weather like in Argentina?
Summertime.
It's summertime. That is why I was wondering, because it is over here quite cold and we are, as you can see, very much padded up. Because, yes, it is very cold. First of all, I really love to give you the greetings for the happy new year 2021. And let us hope that 2021 brings us that close to being unlimited, because we belong to the unlimited family. And purity is the basis for this unlimited family. And we have been given the aim, an unlimited aim, unlimited objective, to give this message of God so that everybody comes to know Him. Although everybody is praying to Him, but unfortunately, as we did not know, everybody does not know as to who God is and what role He has placed in this world, when it becomes so vicious that people are now really unhappy, absolutely shattered personalities, emotionally shattered. And this is what God wants us, that we should bring them that feeling of peace, happiness, love, which God is. And God has given us so much of love that really, as you are telling us, that it is an unlimited family and is a purity and is a love, which is the basis for this unlimited family. Wherever we have gone, of course, we have also traveled, and you get this feeling of belongingness. And you were talking about the groups, as you said, that Catholic group. But whatsoever we may be belonging to a group, we feel that everybody has got his own some bit of ambition in that unlimited feeling of families which we think they exist in the outside world. But in this Brahman family, this is what I have experienced, that really, whenever you go, although you meet for the first time, this is the feeling of belongingness which touches you. And this is what we have to give to the world, so that everybody feels that he also belongs to God, because that is what God is. God is the one who is bringing us into one family. So, with these words, I really thank you for having thrown so much of light on the subject of being unlimited and how you experienced God's love, Brahma Babas, as you said that during your isolation, when you are taking rest for the shoulder injury. So I hope you really enjoyed the company of Baba, although you wanted him to leave you alone, but he won't leave you alone. That is what I feel, that sometimes that in our periods of this stress and strain, he is all the time present. He is all the time giving us hope that look at son, I am with you. And this is a great, great feeling which makes you again standing. And I'm really happy that when I see at your face, wonderful enthusiasm, so enthusiastic, so cheerful. And that is what is going to bring God. As these times when people can be so cheerful and so happy and so enthusiastic, there must be something in their knowledge which they must accept. Of course, now I feel, as you said, that people are ready to listen to this knowledge. Everybody now says, I get so many telephones from people that now tell us what is going to happen next. And I tell them that look here, with the next the future is very very bright for us. Very future is bright. They said looking at the present moment, it does not appear so. But we know what type of future God is bringing us, and that is what we convey to them. That have hope, have faith. God is our Father, and God is our guide. So He is definitely going to take us to a place which everybody will be happy and totally content. Thank you very much once again for
Thank you.
giving us
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, Sahil, for inviting me. Thank you all, and
Thank
have
you.
a lovely, lovely day, and Happy New Year to you all.
Thank you very much. May God
Om
bless you. May God bless
Shanti.
you. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Om
Thank
Shanti.
you.
जीवन की राहों में तुमसे उजेरा, प्रेम का प्रकाश मेरे प्राणों में बिखेरा। जीवन की राहों में तुमसे उजेरा, प्रेम का प्रकाश मेरे प्राणों में बिखेरा। आंचल में भर के कहा लाल मेरा, आंचल में भर के कहा लाल मेरा। धन्यवाद तेरा प्रभु, धन्यवाद तेरा, धन्यवाद तेरा प्रभु, धन्यवाद तेरा। धन्यवाद 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 तेरा, धन्यवाद 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 तेरा। ज्ञान तो बहुत था पर खुद से अनजान थे, आत्मज्ञान पाके हुए दूर देह भान से। ज्ञान तो बहुत था पर खुद से अनजान थे, आत्मज्ञान पाके हुए दूर देह भान से। सद्गुणों से कर दिया है श्रृंगार मेरा, सद्गुणों से कर दिया है श्रृंगार मेरा। धन्यवाद तेरा प्रभु, धन्यवाद तेरा, धन्यवाद तेरा प्रभु, धन्यवाद तेरा। सत्यता की शक्ति से हम तो निडर हो गए, पवित्रता का बल मिला हम तो अमर हो गए। सत्यता की शक्ति से हम तो निडर हो गए, पवित्रता का बल मिला हम तो अमर हो गए। पग पग पर देते हो प्रभु साथ मेरा, पग पग पर देते हो प्रभु साथ प्रभु धन्यवाद तेरा, धन्यवाद तेरा प्रभु, धन्यवाद तेरा। नीत मेरे तुमसे ही पाई प्रभु, प्रीत है तेरी उदारता का अधरों पे गीत है। नीत मेरे तुमसे ही पाई प्रभु, प्रीत है तेरी उदारता का अधरों पे गीत है। सांसों के सरगम से आभार तेरा, सांसों के सरगम से आभार तेरा, धन्यवाद तेरा प्रभु, धन्यवाद तेरा, धन्यवाद तेरा प्रभु, धन्यवाद तेरा, धन्यवाद 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 तेरा, धन्यवाद 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 तेरा, धन्यवाद 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 तेरा, धन्यवाद 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 तेरा। अरे शिव की याद रहेगी तब आँखों में समाया वो होगा, हम धन्य तभी बन पाएंगे